This week on Quad and B, we are moving in the upper part of the northeastern part of New Brunswick. We will take you to a nice region along the coast, and we will get you to discover 5 clubs still again. Stay with us, it's on Quad and B just in a few seconds.
Here we are in Region 2 in the Restigouche area part of New Brunswick, talking about 3 ATV clubs that are among the point of entries for the province of Quebec via New Brunswick. The Club Sentiers d'Amitié of St. Quentin, the Club VTT of Kedgwick, and the Club VTT Restigouche of the greater Campbellton area. These 3 clubs' trails meander through the mountains that create the uniqueness of the Restigouche River with its great wilderness scenery. Let's discover these 3 clubs with their 650 members.
Welcome to Quad and B. Yes, this week we are moving in the upper part of New Brunswick, the northeastern part, what I can call the upper northeastern part. With we will be talking about 5 other clubs in that area. This is region number 2. We will speak in the second part of the show about the Dalhousie Club and the Chaleur Club. But for the first part, we will talk about the clubs from St. Quentin, Kedgwick, and also Campbellton, that is called Restigouche. We have a special guest. We're in this nice ambiance because when we end a long day riding ATVs, we like to sit down in a hotel or a restaurant and have a nice meal and a nice glass of wine. So we have the Region 2, one of the 2 Region 2 director. We have Manon Savoie with us. Manon, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, it's really nice to have you with us. I might mention that because you're the only woman that is part of the board of directors in the federation.
Yeah.
Yes. That must be quite an experience.
It is.
It is?
With a bunch of boys.
Yeah, with a bunch of boys. We've talked in the previous show how it goes with the federation, the board of directors, and all this stuff. You're not the first woman, but I don't think you're the first woman. But for now, you're the first woman. How do we get elected to be member of the board of directors?
Well, for me, it was the other Region 2 director that came and got me because they were looking for, there was a position for that director open and they were trying to find somebody to fill it up. And he came up to me and he nominated me and I accepted the nomination. And that's, with an election, that's how it went. Yeah.
What are the tasks for a region director?
Well, it's more, I think it's more behind the scene of the ATVs. It's more bylaws and a lot of discussion about it's the paperwork. It's the paper pushing, the whatever's happening, the rules and all what we can achieve to get that, to get all the clubs organized here and there and try to get everybody, you know, the most help that we can provide them.
That's it. Well, we will be talking about the St. Quentin Club. We know there are 4 seasons and grooming club. They have a nice clubhouse over there. You've had the experience of traveling a little bit. Those 3 clubs, let's mention that touristic-wise, you're not there yet because you have too many issues to solve yet. But we're working on that.
Yeah.
But still, you have access, even if your trails are not all managed. You have access to the core of the forest of New Brunswick. You've lived that experience. I would like you to share with us what it looks like, your ride on an ATV.
Well,
on a day.
On a regular day, it's just where we live. It's like everything is accessible for the forest, so it's nice to just leave from home and just go in your quad and just leave. So you go in the forest and you enjoy the scenery, you enjoy the nature. It could be a river, it could be in the forest, it could be anywhere. And we can go, I leave from Eel River Crossing, I can go all the way to St. Quentin. I have no problem with that. There's places to run, there's places to stop, there's places to eat. We meet a lot of people and we enjoy the day.
Yes, and as we mentioned earlier, you leave You just make sure to have the proper equipment,
Yep.
the proper food.
Yeah, proper food.
That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Is it different for a woman to go ATVing than it is for a man?
Not different. It's just you need spaces to pee.
Yeah,
That's
you're right,
the
you're
challenge.
Right. Yes.
But no, it's not different. It's just the same thing. We enjoy it as much as the boys do, and we just go along. And some girls are better than me because they like driving their own ATVs. I'm not a driver. I like to be a passenger, so I like just going around and just enjoying the scenery.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've been around in your area because I've seen you on the trails, right? Island Lake, and there are so many nice places to visit over there. You visited some. Which one really attracted you the most? Or I guess sometimes just waterfalls, just watercourses, lakes.
Yeah, just lakes and water, and just and then we can't wait to discover more and more and more. Everybody's talking about, oh well, did you see this region? So we try to go, and did you go there? We try to go, and it's like it's just breathtaking what we have like for scenery, and unbelievable.
And it's free.
Yeah, it is.
It's there.
You put gas and you go.
just buy the machine. Yeah. This is the first step you do. Just
that's most important. Yeah, you have to have the machine.
Yes, you're right. But you traveling all around that area. Let's say if a tourist would come to you and ask you, Manon, I would like you to guide me somewhere in your area, where would you take them?
Well, for my part where I live, it's mostly the southeast, what we call the southeast, and that's where we usually go. People usually meet, like you said, at the Island Lake.
Yes.
That's where we mostly meet everybody. So we run around.
That's the core.
Yeah, that's the core. That's where we are from our region. We just leave, but those in woods, you can go pretty much anywhere.
Yes.
You can leave and you can go. I can go all the way to even Beldoon or whatever, and or I can go to St. Quentin. It doesn't there's places everywhere to go.
Yes, we'll talk about Beldoon further on because major projects are going over there that will help your area
Absolutely.
also. We keep hearing more and more that establishments in the central, what we call upriver in this area, are looking forward to invest money to host ATVs. We have Rogers Lake. You talked about Island Lake, Portage Lake also.
Yes.
I do hear that there's another section, another area that are getting ready to host ATVs. As a region director, this must be pleasing for you because seeing what's happening now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's more development. There's more people. People are realizing how much ATVers are bringing money into this economy. So it's like we're just not one. When we leave, we're 5, 6, 7. So we're a bunch of people going in one place and spending money. It's attractive.
Yes.
You
talked about development. Let's talk about the Beldoon project. The Housey also is working really hard.
Yes.
We're working really hard with them to make the connection with the Chaleur Club. So this is good for Campbellton also because Campbellton is a port of entry for the Gaspésian, the Gaspésian Peninsula.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is great because there's huge clientele over there. So we will keep on working with the Campbellton, the city of Campbellton, but you have been working with the club itself, the Restigouche Club, to put it back on its feet.
Yes, because it's been a little while that a lot of the members have, after a while, we have a hard time finding volunteers, and any of the volunteers that we do have is a little bit older, and so they don't have quite time to do everything. So we ended up with that club. They ended up with just one president. So we had to try to get it up again and running. And we had a couple of meetings to try to coax people to, you have to volunteer. If you want to keep your club, you have to volunteer. And it's very important. And it's just like people think it's overwhelming, the amount of work that you have to do. But it's just a little bit of time.
Right.
Yeah.
A few hours a week. And sometimes people say, well, how can I help?
Yeah.
It's not necessary to give $20. Sometimes 2-3 hours of volunteering, and it's
unbelievable.
It's done.
Yeah.
The good news for you and for your area is that we heard a few months ago that there will be access on the Glencoe section.
Yeah.
So this is really positive because this is the missing link that you needed to connect St. Quentin, Kedgwick to Campbellton.
Yes.
Now that is done, we can work with the city of Campbellton to see, and Atholville to see how we can make the connections, have access to the streets.
Oh, yes.
And this is really positive for you as a region director because the loops are the missing links are disappearing month
little
after
by
month.
little. Yes, little by little, we're getting more connection and be able to get ATVers in town to be able to visit the restaurants and buy stuff in the malls or go in the motels to sleep. We have access to everything. It's very important to get everybody access to whatever is available in that town.
That's it.
Yeah.
Manon, we have 20 seconds left. Last invitation for the people who are watching to have the visitors, tourists in your area.
Yeah.
Last invitation. Places to see,
places
to
to
visit.
go. It just come here. Just come visit the area. It's wonderful. It's unbelievable what we have for scenery. It's just magnificent.
We're talking about the gorge of the Jacket River also
Yes.
because the many thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars to be invested over there for a new trail, a new bridge, a new access. So this is major for all of us.
Absolutely, it's going to be beautiful what we happen to have there.
And it is. It is. I can witness that because
can't wait to go see
it.
it.
That's it. People can't wait to go see. Well, Manon, cheers.
Cheers.
We'll be back in a few seconds.
Did you know New Brunswick is blessed with a wide range of scenery, from ocean shores to the highest peak in the Maritimes, crystal clear streams, rivers and lakes to breathtaking groves of boreal trees. In order to see New Brunswick's beauty in a way that most people would never get to see the province, you'll need to climb on board your ATV, go on the roads less traveled, and view New Brunswick from the inside. Over 200 tourism sites that cannot be accessible other than by trails were identified by our members, and this show will help you discover most of them. Our vision is to develop a provincial network that will link all clubs and increase ATVing safety for everyone. We commit to allow our members and visitors to discover New Brunswick from the inside. The New Brunswick's All-Terrain Vehicles Region 2 counts in its ranks the most important ATV club in the entire Atlantic provinces, the Chaleur ATV Club with its 1,400 members. The Groomer purchase in 2012 created a boom growth of members in the following years as a four-season club. More to the north, the Dalhousie ATV Club 2000, a non-grooming club with efforts to link to the Chaleur ATV Club and the Campbellton Club that will soon produce positive and important dividends. If you're looking for a difficulty level from 0 to 10 and 7,500 kilometers of forest roads that'll keep you busy for many days, the Chaleur ATV Club and the Dalhousie Club has this waiting for you.
As we mentioned in the first part of the show, yes, for the second part, we will be talking about the clubs of Chaleur area and also Dalhousie area. We're now with the Chaleur ATV Club, President Éric Cormier. Éric, we're talking about those two clubs, but we're starting with the Chaleur ATV Club. Wide membership, the largest membership in the province. So let's talk about this club before.
Yeah, we for the last few years we've been recognized as the largest club in the province of New Brunswick as far as membership. And main reason for this is because of a merger that took place about 4 years ago with the two local clubs. Batters had their own Nipizziquid ATV Club, and Beresford area had the Chaleur ATV Club. So it was decided that maybe a merger would be a good idea, and in fact, we see the result today, and I think it was an excellent idea that we merged the two clubs together.
Sure was. This is something we see with the other clubs in the province when they merge. There's always a membership increase. Éric, you're at the same time the largest winter or grooming club. What we see behind us is a magnificent machine that you bought that was in 2012. So that had also an impact on your membership.
Well, of course, I mean, for us being recognized as a four-season club, we have to be prepared and have the equipment necessary to maintain these trails. And the issue that we had back prior to 2012 was we had a hard time maintaining a good quality of trails for our membership in the winter months. So it was a hard decision to take because it's a large amount of money. But looking back today, I mean, it was an excellent decision, and the membership increased more than double in the last 5 years because of the quality of trail that we managed to offer to our membership.
Yes, because trails are the main. It's your product. It's the only product that you have to sell. So we see many clubs now, grooming clubs that are better equipped with those kinds of machines. It's particular to look to your club because you have two distinctive regions. You have the Nipissiguit area and you have the Chaleur area. As you said, this was caused by the merger, but still you cannot connect those two clubs.
No, the reality in the Bathurst area right here is between Beresford and Bathurst we have probably 10 kilometers separating the two areas, but we are separated by 4 major rivers, and which is a major obstacle for us, and so we have to find ways to make these connection, and it's not easy.
But still, people, tourists can come to your club. They have the opportunity, mostly with this new, with that decision that was taken by the city of Bathurst to allow you, the ATVs, to ride on some streets and have access to lodging. This gives you a great opportunity because now tourists can leave the hotel and hit the whole peninsula, Acadian Peninsula. This is something great.
Yeah, the last couple of months, the decision that was taken from the City of Bathurst City Council and their reps in Fredericton at the government was basically the solution to our problem concerning the 4 rivers. And these street, like you mentioned, is it's not all street. That's but it's going to be a dedicated certain street to have access to service points, hotel, restaurants, and gas station. You'll have access to certain stores and boutiques on Main Street, which you will be right in city center.
Yes, and for not only your club, but for all the clubs in the Acadian Peninsula and other clubs in northern part, this is a great victory. But for the BNPP area, it's another product because it's not the same thing. If you go on the Acadian Peninsula area, you have access to the coast where you see something, but in the BNPP area, you're 5 minutes from the bay, and then you just turn around like we're doing here, and it's 5 minutes from the complete wilderness. So this is something great.
Yeah, any tourist that comes to our area will have 2 different areas to offer them, which is within our boundaries. Chaleur ATV Club. If you go on the Nipissiguit side, the trail system will bring you along several kilometers along shoreline of the Bay Chaleur with the scenery of the Bay Chaleur. And if you stay on the BNPP, which is the Beresford, Nigadoo, Pitterush, and Greenpoint area, our trail system will lead you into the interior of our lane, and it will bring you towards the forests, rivers, lakes. So the scenery is completely different from the other side of our.
And it takes people to Mount Carlton, to Miramichi, up north, and all that. Let's talk about the Dalhousie 2000 Club because they are your neighbor also, but those 2 clubs really work together to connect together. We have that Beldoon project also that is on the go to make the connection with those 2 clubs. And Dalhousie, I know the sceneries over there are just great in summertime, mountains, and it offers really another product.
Yeah, the project that you just mentioned, the Beldoon project, is a major project for us. We are going to expand our trail system of roughly 25 kilometers or so towards the Dalhousie area, and this is going to bring us again to another set of scenery. The Jacket River Gorge, which is another attraction that tourism, it's a must. you must stop and see the gorge. It's something that one of the only points like that in the area that offers that scenery. So no, there's major attraction in the area, and with the several hundred kilometers of trails that we have and forestry roads, there's over what 7,500 kilometers of forest road. So you can ride for a week, no problem.
That's it. That's it. And something else that it's not that you acquired, but it's an agreement that you signed with the landowner for the Sir James Dunn site, what we call the Sir James Dunn's Castle, which is in Savoie. This is another victory for your club also.
Yeah, exactly. When we talk about tourism, we have to have something to bring them to the area and for them to visit. And the Sir James Dunn site, well, it's this historical site which is close to 100 years old, and that's been just left there over the years, and it's right in the middle of the woods in the Saint-Sauveur area in the Acadian Peninsula, which is should be a major attraction for us.
Mm-hmm. So Éric, we have just a minute to sell, take the time to sell your area. Many things to see, many events to participate at the same time. Rather you're downtown Bathurst or you upriver, as we call it. Lots of, well, they're not outfitters up there, but still they can host you and they can lodge you.
Oh, for sure. Anybody that's interested in coming in the area, and they're more than welcome. We have several different places in the area within a couple-hour drive on your ATV, which offer you lodging and meals and gas. And from there, you can head on to another area, or you can even, if you want, you can even cross the province from east to west and get into the Madawaska area fairly easy. So no, there's different opportunities in the area for people if they want to come down for several days or a week or so for vacation. I mean, they're more than welcome in the area.
And as for all the other clubs, there are other events that do not involve ATVing, but social events. You have some all year long, and that people can participate.
Oh, of course, the area is renowned for different summer festivals in the area, so there's lots of activities for any type of person, whether it's ATVing or if you want to go out to one of the festivities in the area. I mean, there's lots of it.
Your club hosted in 2015 the provincial jamboree, and that went well also at the same time. So this is also something great that brought tourists here that decided to come back afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. The jamboree that we hosted last summer brought roughly a little over 400 people in the area, and I think the people that came in the area really enjoyed our trail system and really enjoyed the area, and the people is will welcome you with open arms.
That's it, bilingual, both languages. Well, Éric, thanks for being with us. We'll be back next week. We're moving up to northwestern part of New Brunswick on Quad NB.
Welcome to Riding Tips with Jim. This week we're going to talk about the golden rule. There's actually two of them. The first one is never ATV alone. If, however, you do have to go out alone, a few important safety tips. Make sure you have all your applicable tools and survival gear with you for a day in the woods. Also, make sure someone knows where you are. Take a cell phone with you so you can contact people if you get in trouble. When you're going out in the woods with a group of people, no one likes to get left behind. So when you approach a corner, stop and look behind you. Make sure the person who's following you sees where you turn. Make eye contact. If you don't see them, wait 5 minutes to see if they catch up. If no one comes back, turn around and slowly proceed back down the trail because they could be in trouble. If everyone follows this rule, no one gets left behind. So don't worry about the person in front of you, you're concerned about the person behind you. This has been Riding Tips with Jim. Keep the rubber side down.